Twin Eagle Lake is absolutely gorgeous this morning as the sun peeks over the mountain. The colors on the other side look like they're losing their color. Not quite as bright. The sun's not on them very good, but they're not quite as bright as they were. You see the sun down there. We still got some color. Still got a little color right out there. We look down there and we see little Buddy's down there, but still on his foot. Have not been able to get him back in a pen where we might be able to tranquilize him and take that off. It's hurt his foot pretty bad. He's limping. Got to get that off. You see we still got some color in the trees, but they're not nearly as bright as they were. What a spectacular fall color season we've had. About time it goes away so I can quit talking about it, huh? That's what some of you are saying. Fairly foggy out there a little bit earlier this morning, but the sun is burning that off. It's so incredibly beautiful to look at a still lake like that. It's just like God is saying, be still, my friend. You have a great day coming. And it definitely brightens my day, brightens my morning. This is before I showered. The sun's just barely up, to look out and see WildChild, my pretty little girl out there, eating grass and rye in the yard. I saw her yesterday morning, did not see her any time during the day, but there she is right there, and just as pretty as she can be. Fat, healthy, enjoying a variety of food, all the acorns in the woods as well as the rye in the food plots. South Fresh deer food in the feeders. She's just enjoying herself. She did not like that chase with the bucks and stuff. I assume that she probably is bred by that beautiful buck that was chasing her. I don't know if she relented to all of that or not. She was certainly hiding out a lot, became really smart at that, as girls do. But she is beautiful this morning. She looks absolutely fantastic. And really probably wouldn't mind getting her back inside for a while, just for her safety. This is a dangerous time of the year, very dangerous time of the year. The predators know that the bucks are not very cautious. They know that the does are principal thing on their mind is the rut as well. So it makes it a little bit more difficult, and the predators probably have more success, just like hunters have more success during the rut. And we're right in the peak of the rut still. I saw deer chasing earlier this morning out at a distance. And she's looking over there right now like something is happening. I'm sure she's hearing some things. I'm sure her wild instincts are very, very good. She's managed to live out in the wild. We don't know. She's hearing me talking. There's no doubt about that. Wondering where I am. Even though I'm inside, it's 41 degrees out there, so I'm not walking around out there yet this morning. But she's doing really well. We don't know about her adopted brother, little Whitey. Haven't seen him in probably a week. We don't know if he's just simply chasing girls or something's happened to him, or if he just decided to be a wild deer. That happens with bucks a lot. And we'll see. We'll see as time goes by. There's my pretty little girl. My pretty little girl standing out with the sun shining on her. Beautiful little doe deer. I know that people like to look at antlers, but she has become very, very special. Not Lucy. Will not ever replace Lucy, I'm sure. What a special deer. A deer that rides in a bass boat with you. A deer that jumps in the lake and swims out to you in order to get in the boat. A deer that has triplets. Not much better than that. And then right here underneath me is Limpy. He's limpy because of that deal on his right foot. He's having a hard time focusing there. And that is a piece of plastic of some sort. Now, he looked like he'd lost a little weight. I'm not sure if he has or not, but I wouldn't know why he would be losing weight because of that. But we're hoping to get him in a pen where we can tranquilize him. We can tranquilize him out in a while. He can run off when you give him a shot, and you might not be able to find him. And then he would be, until he came back to again from the tranquilizing, he would be obviously totally 100% helpless and susceptible to predators and whatever. So we have to be able to give him an antidote to bring him back as well. He has lost a little weight, there's no doubt about that. But some of that is just from running around after does, just constantly moving almost all the time. As you can see, he's limping on that right foot. So I'd like to get that off there, and there's just about no way to do it without putting him under for a little while. And when you take a chance of doing that, you take a chance of losing him as well. So it's a difficult thing to do, but we don't want him to be crippled there, lose use of that right leg, and have a really hard time getting by in the wild. I think I'll end this week's ranch video, the deer video, with a little fishing here at the dock. I've had quite a few comments lately, said, how come you haven't fished off the dock lately? Well, I've come down here and catch 8 or 10 every now and then. And there's been a few crappie moving in. Some of them have been large, a lot of them have been small. But we've been catching a few big crappie in here too, so well, first cast I got something. Big old bluegill, got a big bluegill. That's a good way to start, a very good way to start. Get back, Benelli, get back, baby. Get down, Benelli, get down. Hey, sit, 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 Benelli. Looky there, big old giant bluegill. What a great way to start right there. Look at the size of that bluegill. That's a monster. Yeah, that's a monster. I'm using, this is about torn up, I'm using a little crappie magic jig with a little lucky minnow on there, swimming minnow on there, and great bait, chartreuse. I've got a minnow color, kind of just a off-white with a little black flake in it. Minnow type bait. It's got that little tail action that's absolutely tremendous. And crappie cannot stay off of it. Ooh, it's going to be a big crappie here. Might be another bluegill, but I think it's a big crappie. Oh, yeah. Oh, come here, Benelli. Come here. Benelli, come here. Come here, Benelli. Hey, hey. Sit. 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 You sit right there. Benelli, sit. Benelli, sit. Good girl, Benelli. You sit. Whoa, look at that. Is that a crappie? That's a 1.5 pound crappie right there. That is really, really good. Good girl, Benelli. Good girl. That's my second throw. I just thought I'd try to catch a few here. There's been some big crappie moving in like that. I think we'll have more and more big crappie move in as it goes by. You know, I think maybe one of the things that hurts me most about Chris's situation is not being able to use her right hand, and she can't come down here and catch fish off the dock. We did this so very much. I mean, we just did it a lot. There's a little smaller crappie here. This is kind of the size that we catch a lot, and even some of them smaller. But that's really actually a fillet-sized crappie, just barely. It's barely. Sit. Sit. You stay. You stay. My poor little jig's about had it. I probably should have put a new one on before I started. It just about had it. Benelli, sit. Sit. Good girl. You sit. You sit. Sit right there. She's learning. She just gets so excited when I catch a fish. Hey, I get excited when I catch a fish. So that's pretty good right there, isn't it? Have I missed a cast, or is that 3 straight throws? I'm just gonna fish a couple minutes. Got to get things ready to. Oh, there's another one. This is another big crappie. Another big crappie. Not as big as that first one. Not as big as that first one, but a pretty nice crappie. Nonetheless, pretty big crappie. Well, those are some lunkers, aren't they? My goodness. My goodness, that's a big crappie. Oh, we're not seeing many deer. One of the reasons I come down here to do this is we didn't really have a whole lot of video, and I've been out and I've been about and looking around, and the deer are chasing. They're in rut right now. A lot of the does are in hiding. The bucks are walking. So there are really not many deer coming around the house. Been about a week since we saw little Whitey. The crappie are biting. Let me tell you, The water temperature is 60 degrees. A couple days ago, oh, that one came off. It was another real big crappie. The water temperature is 60 degrees a couple days ago. I'm going to put a little larger size. This little crappie magic swimming minnow comes in a couple of sizes. Comes in the size I had on. This comes in a larger size right here. Let me show you the difference in these two sizes. You can see there's quite a significant difference in the size of these baits. That bait there is considerably larger. I'm going to say like twice the size. And sometimes that larger size can catch you bigger size fish, but sometimes that larger size prevents you from getting quite as many bites. So we'll just see what happens here. This is kind of a good test. I made 4 throws with that other one and caught 4 fish. Or 5 throws and caught 5, I don't remember what. But we'll throw that larger bait out there. That might catch a larger crappie, or they might not bite it at all. And you see I caught the smallest one that I've caught. Still a pretty nice crappie though. Nothing at all wrong with that crappie. Still pretty good crappie. Plenty big enough to eat. I think I had one maybe a little bit smaller than that. So it made no difference at all, at least that cast. Now you just wonder how many crappie are down there, but I'm telling you, you might stand here and do this for like 8 or 10 fish in a row, and that might be all of them that's there. They're just there. You'd think there must be 100 down there. And then there might be, but more than likely, there's quite a few of them laying there. And had a bluegill bite then, so we might have thinned the crappie out. Might have thinned the crappie out in that spot. Got a bluegill bite and did not catch it. So, bigger bait, the cast did not catch a fish. And after I'll move over just a little bit to the right, might get a little bit, another little wad of them there, I don't know. I know Benelli's been excited about it. And no bites on that one at all. Not even a bluegill bite. So I might have shot the covey. Had a little bluegill nibble just as I picked it up. Make 1 or 2 more throws here. If I catch one more, I'm gonna quit, okay? Never leave fish biting, right? That's what I've always heard. Never leave fish biting. What do you do if they keep biting in about 3 or 4 days? You're still standing here. Bring me a sandwich. Bring me a crappie fillet. We caught that one on the larger bait, first throw out there, but then I made a couple, 2 or 3 throws and hadn't had a bite on it. So could be the larger bait, could be that it's over. We'll make 1 more throw and see what happens. Now I've got all that other bait here. I could put it back on. It's pretty torn up. Maybe put it back on and see what happens. We might be able to get another bite on it. Ah, missed one there. That larger bait, he hit it, but evidently didn't hit it near good enough because I didn't catch him. Bigger bait, bigger fish, bigger bait, no fish. All right, come on, Jimmy, catch one, buddy. Hey, leave the home, Ellie. I need those, girl. Yeah. You gonna eat a crappie bait? The crappie's not eating that one. I wish I'd brought a pack of the smaller ones over here. I actually had some in my pocket and I just took them out. I'm gonna take the larger swimming minnow off. I really like that large swimming minnow, particularly for catching bigger fish. Kind of tear the head up a little bit. I'll put the smaller one back on. And my head is getting pretty well torn up, so it's not gonna look too good on there, but it's probably good enough. We'll see if maybe. Usually they hit the smaller ones better, crappie. Now for bass, you're probably better off having the larger one on. We just made 4 or 5 throws through there without catching a fish. Like I said, there might only been 4 or 5 crappie laying there, and we've caught them all. Maybe so, maybe so. Made a throw there and did not catch a fish. So that tells us that maybe it was not the bait. Maybe it's the fisherman. We're trying to say it's the size of the bait. Maybe it's not the size of the bait at all. Maybe it's the fisherman. I can't catch them if they don't bite. Okay, Jimmy, are you going to end this video without a fish? Looks like you are. It looks like you are, big boy. All right, I'm going to try one throw out that direction. I've been throwing right in just one spot every time because I caught one first cast. Why not just throw right back in the same spot? We'll try out that way a little bit and let her fall. Of course, the first fish I caught was a bluegill. All the other fish were crappie. And then I had about one bluegill bite, and that's been it. Nothing else since. Catch them every cast. A winning streak and then a losing streak. Big time losing streak. Okay, I didn't catch anything out that way. I'm going to turn and throw out that way as far as I can throw. Just as far as I can throw out there. Give myself a great opportunity to catch one more fish, even if it's a bluegill. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, bite that bait. Come on. Talk to him, Jimmy. Talk to him, talk to him. Come on, fishy, fishy. Come on, come on, come on. But Nellie says, what are you talking about, you silly goose? You silly goose. They can't hear you. Sure they can, Benelli. Sure they can. Jeez. Cannot get a bluegill bite. Cannot get a crappie bite. Nothing. I think I caught 5 straight fish. And then nothing. Nothing since. Not a single solitary one since. 5 and then nothing. It does not make sense. One more, Jimmy. Ah. There's one splash atop the water out there laughing at me. Well, it wasn't the big one. It wasn't the little one. It was just 5 fish, and that's all. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. And remember, I sure do love you.